For a moment, it looked like the Utah Mammoth were going to give this one away like it was a charity drive. But then Dylan Gunther and Clayton Keller delivered the goods. We're going to talk about Utah's exciting victory over the Winnipeg Jets and a little bit on our Christmas wish list. It's all coming up on SLC Puck. So cue the music. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to SLC Puck. I think I'm going with a little bit more of a musical quality. SLC Puck. Is that? Did I not spell it right?
You did.
But yeah, it's just the syllables don't line up. SLC Puck. Yeah, there you go. That's how it works. Hey, welcome to SLC Puck, guys. It's a very festive holiday edition episode of the show. It's a Sam Cam Sunday episode as well. So I, Austin Facer, your loyal, devout host, am joined by my loyal, devout sister on this episode. Good to have you, Sam.
Glad to be here.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Why's that?
I bought this costume just for the occasion.
What?
So.
Oh, Sam. So you're putting some financial investment into this. I appreciate. I spend all this money on the equipment. You buy the costumes on Amazon for $20. Hey, you can have a cut of all the profits we're getting. And
perfect.
It looks a lot like this right now. I'll tell you that. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in, supporting the show. Supporting us with Big Tusk Energy merchandise. I'm seeing more and more Big Tusk Energy hats at the Utah Mammoth games. We were just at one tonight. We just saw them defeat the Winnipeg Jets 4-3 in overtime. We'll talk about that in just a second. But again, thank you for the support. It means a lot to us during the holiday season. We're still trying to push that Big Tusk Energy Premium Edition hat. I narrowed down. I just spoke to a manufacturer overseas, so getting that finalized. Those will be shipped hopefully soon. But we also need to give some love, Sam, to our other corporate overlords. One of our favorites being Craig Swap and Associates. One call, that's all, baby. You know these guys right here. These guys are the bomb, official injury law partner of the Utah Mammoth. Serious injury and accident lawyers. Swap wins, baby. No fee promise, no legal fees until you settle or win. Look at this. They won $6 million bucks for this dude.
Dang.
That's pretty good. 8 figures for this guy. Nice. 7 for this guy.
Wow.
2.5 for this feller or lady. Could have been anybody. So that's a lot. They do great work here. Don't accept that small check. Call Craig Swap. One call. That's all. That's awesome. And hey, big props to our other sponsor, Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers and Jonathan's Jewelry. They've been devout supporters of the show. Yes. And I believe they're getting some nice credibility in our community. I think they've had a couple of jazz players stop by their shop at Charlie Square to get some bling. So
yeah, I always hear them I listen to the radio in the morning when I drive in my car, and I always hear their ads on there too.
There you go. You should be listening to our show just to bump the numbers up.
I'm listening to it live.
Yeah. Well, it's still for the sake of the numbers. You should be doing what I'm doing, which is just playing it on a loop on all the tabs I have open. Yeah. Well, Sam, we have a lot to talk about. We just got home. We did not wear this apparel to the game tonight. That would have been fun. But we dressed up your son Kevin as Santa Tusky.
Yep.
And we saw the Utah Mammoth nearly blow a 3-0 lead to the Winnipeg Jets. They made it.
That was scary.
It was scary, and they just had to make it exciting. It I'm going to play devil's advocate for the outcome of that game. It would have been too boring if they had just coasted to a 3-0 victory after putting.
I mean, I guess they've been putting us through a lot lately, though.
But doesn't it make you feel alive, Sam? In kind of a sick, kind of like insulin spike kind of way, kind of like your nervous system's always on fire. It's just a symptom of having a young team. I think I mean we heard Bill Armstrong talk about this so much. They're going to be a very exciting team. They're going to look like Stanley Cup champions one night, and then they're going to look like the worst team in the world other nights. And sometimes that just happens period to period, really. Because it really happened in this game in a big way. Like, they put 3 on the board early in the first period, and then suffered, some cracks in the armor in the second, and then Winnipeg really broke through in the third.
Quickly in the third too. Like they were pretty close together.
Yeah, I believe their second and third goal of the evening were about 25 seconds apart. So that was, like you said, very, very terrifying. I think, we saw like the team's youthfulness sort of show there. And I was like really worried watching the end of that game, particularly near the end. And by the way, I had an incredible privilege that I have to share on air.
Yes.
Like, this is amazing. I had the immense pleasure of watching the game next to Brandon Broccoli tonight.
Brandon.
What did I call him?
Brandon Broccoli.
Brandon Broccoli. Yeah, either one. You know why I said that? Because the back of his jersey says Broccoli. Broccoli Brandon. Yeah, he and I were sitting next to each other. Or standing, I guess. He's one of those guys who stands. And so that was a lot of fun chatting with Brandon. He's a great dude. He gave me a veggie sticker, which I put in my pocket. It's right here. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll find a place for this here on SLC Puck Studios. But yeah, we after Winnipeg scored their third goal, I believe there was like maybe 5 minutes or less remaining in the game.
Yeah.
And Brandon and I kind of leaned over at each other. And we're like, they look like they're just playing not to lose right now. They're not playing to win at the end of the third period. And I was like, that's scary because then they need to flip the switch really quick in overtime.
Play to win, yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
They did. That was the great thing. Sam, let's just relive what happened here in the overtime period. There's this great overhead shot here that our friends at SEG have of the overtime period here. Let's do full screen here on Puckovision for everybody. This play really starts at the face-off. I want to see if we can back it up even more here, because the key to this moment really was what happened on the face-off, and one player in particular I think really made this play possible. I'm thinking we're not going to see the replay. We'll go back to the NHL account here. Thank you guys for sticking with me. We do this live and on the fly. Isn't that fun? Live and on the fly, like a hockey game. Okay, so let's just go. Take it back. I think maybe they'll show the replay here. Yes, they do. Okay, cool. So we're going to take it here. So that's after the goal. Clayton Keller scores the game winner. There's a puck battle that happens right here along the sideboards. Kevin Stenlund takes the face-off right for the Utah Mammoth. Puck squirts out to the sideboard. Dylan Guenther has to hustle all the way over there, win a battle, and then right here he gets it to Sergachev just to collect some composure. He enters the zone with speed and lethal intent, slides it over. You can see here's a great angle here of what I'm talking about. The hustle by Dylan Guenther here is great. Like, he's building up speed. He gets the puck back, enters the zone, slides over to Keller. Keller goes top left, past Connor Hellebuck for the game winner. Swish, baby. Put me on the Olympic team.
Yes.
Love that stuff. I just again, way more exciting than it needed to be in the right way, right? But I got to tell you, Sam, and I've been saying the last few episodes, and it's because it's just so obvious and it's so clear, but I am growing more and more in love with Dylan Guenther every game.
Yeah.
I really am.
He's fun.
He's fun. And I think you see moments like that and you just kind of it gives you more flashes of and more glimpses of who he's turning into.
Yeah.
As not only a very impactful player for this team, but I think there's a lot of leadership in that as well.
And one other side note I love about him is he's so calm and chill. Every time they interview him or anything, he's just,
I think his resting heart rate is 25 beats per minute. No, he almost doesn't have a pulse.
He's so calm.
He is. He's really calm and he's sneaky funny. But again, if you listen to like what he says, like I keep thinking back to I believe it was like exit interviews or some point that last season where someone asked him like, you know, like how they said, Dylan, how good do you think you can be? And he said, I don't want to put a limit on it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like such a like it was like one of the smartest answers I've ever heard.
That's awesome.
A 21-year-old give. There's any number of players he could have said. I know he likes Kyle Connor. He a guy who they played against tonight, scored 2 goals against them. I know he likes his game a lot. But I thought in that moment, I was like, Dylan Guenther, like he has something like special in him.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like there, like he's got like I think there is something to what you added about like how calm he is. He's steady, but like he can like turn it up when he needs to. Like the puck battle and like just that intent. Like you just
can see it too. Like as soon as he gets the puck back from Sergei, he's like,
going.
Yeah,
he's going, and he's like I'm gonna cause a problem on the other end. You guys screwed up letting me win this puck for my team.
Hurt in a car wreck, dog bite, slip and fall. Just call Quick Swap. One call, that's all.
After a car wreck, dealing with big insurance companies on your own can hurt your case. One call, that's all means we take care of everything. From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, we're here to guide you from start to finish. Call Craig Swap and Associates today at 801-444-4444.
One call, that's all.
Yeah.
It's super cool to see him. Like I think the other like part of the goal is like, you know, obviously Clayton Keller hits the back of the net, and that only helps his chances of making the Olympic team, which will be announced maybe the end of this month, early January.
Yeah.
It's just like it feels good right now. It feels like we're out of like the malaise of, you know, the November nightmare that we suffered through.
And we're still in our wild card spot for now, which is great.
Yep. Let's pull up the standings right now. Keep talking, Sam.
They were talking on the radio today too, you know, based on, I think the Sharks are right below them, and it's basically looking like the Mammoth are going to stay right where they're at going into the Christmas break. So
yeah, thank you. Okay, I got it pulled up here, Sam. Thank you for that. No, you listen to the radio.
I do.
You listen to sports radio. Amazing.
Yes.
Look at this. Amazing. You're quite the gal, Sam.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we've discussed this. Like Utah, for them, their path to the playoff is going to be in that wild card position. Very important for them to get some points in a Central Division matchup tonight, right? But we know they're probably but not that we know, but we definitely expect them to not be in the running for a top 3 spot in the Central Division. I think these 3 teams are just on a different level.
We learned some interesting facts about them. No one in the Central Division has beat Colorado in regulation when they played
in the
at
Western
home.
Conference.
Western Conference.
Yeah.
When they've played at home, which was interesting. I also learned the Minnesota Wild, their 2 goaltenders are in the top 5 goaltenders for shutouts this season.
So
one of them
tough.
had 4 and one of them had 3. And I was like, that's pretty impressive for 2 goalies to have.
Yeah, it must be nice. Yeah, and we've got Colorado on Tuesday, our last game before the Christmas break, and then they'll be back at home. The Mammoth will be back at home on Monday, the 29th.
But then looking
the
in the Pacific, like the Oilers have had quite the week.
Yes.
Going on too, so
yes.
Don't know what's going to happen with them.
Yeah, so they do need to keep a little bit of an eye on the bottom of the Pacific, those bottom 3 or top 3, the bottom of the top 3, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, you know, who else is gunning for a wild card position with them? Right now looking at the standings, they're tied with Los Angeles with 39 points for a wild card spot, but Utah's played more games on their schedule than anyone else in the Western Conference.
They've played the most games, but the fewest games at home.
Yes, it's that backloaded home schedule could be really useful down the stretch, especially if they have a healthy Logan Cooley locked and loaded and ready to go. So it does feel like, you know, the team maybe has the foresight to, like, you know, set up like a magical run after the Olympics, you know, and all that. I mean, that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
They make it to the playoffs. Ooh, that's going to be fun. And this podcast is going to take off too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
It'll be fun.
And we're going to get so many so many clients headed to Craig Swap, you know,
Yes.
because of our because of our explosion in reach.
Mm-hmm.
No, you make a good point, Sam. You know, about like where they're at. It does feel better. I mean, there are some really tough teams in the Central Division that they need to keep an eye on. But yeah, having like that backloaded home schedule, you know, is going to be really critical.
Yeah.
We've heard Logan Cooley is up and about, moving around. People have seen him walking around town. We're still expecting him to be out 8 weeks since December 5th, I believe he was ruled out with the injury. So,
and then he'll be on the Olympic break after that.
Yeah. So he'll be back probably after the Olympics because they break for the Olympics. Their last game before the Olympics is February 4th. So
yeah, it's like 20 whole days without.
Yeah. So he'll be hitting the gym. He'll be on the ice. He'll be fresh. He'll be ready to go by the time they play Colorado on February 25th. And then they played Minnesota after that. So 2 of those very difficult matchups with critical points on the line. And then they play Chicago after that. And that's going to be another important game as well. So again, yeah, I like how we're setting the stage here because, you know, one thing leads to another. I think we saw that was the case in the last 2 games. This is the game we saw tonight and the game before, how they kind of set up each other, right? You know, in the case of the New Jersey game, it was Alexander Kerfoot's first game back after missing the first 35.
Yeah.
Thought he looked pretty good.
Yeah. That was a long time to miss. Poor guy.
It was. And you were saying, like, you could tell he looked like very happy to be on the ice. You know, he was, you know, waving to his kids and all the, you know, as all the guys do, but he looked particularly happy. I did notice a smile on his face too. I thought, you know, it looked like his legs were under him. He gets a goal tonight against the Jets. That was great to see. We don't really need to talk too much else about the New Jersey game. Obviously they lost 2-1.
Well, we do though.
But there is one more thing to mention. Yes. Which
Daniil
is
But.
Yep. Cheeks.
First NHL goal.
Cheeks on the board.
I loved, like, everybody yelled Cheeks after too. Like after he scored, it was so cute.
It might be the greatest nickname in the history of sports in the state of Utah. It's better than the mailman.
Yes.
It's better than the big dog. You know, is it better than Stifle Tower? It's kind of up there.
Yeah.
They're kind of 1 and 2, Stifle Tower and Cheeks. So I really like Daniil But's game. Yeah. By the way, I think he fills a need on this team.
He's huge.
He's gigantic. It's
big.
sickening how big he is. Yeah. It kind of, when you get him standing next to like Michael Carcone, or someone like that, it's like you can't even believe that they're like the same species, let alone like the same thing, a human being playing hockey. But I think he's solid on the ice. I think he shows like a lot of maturity. I think he's patient, sometimes a little too patient, I'd say. I want to see him get a little bit more engaged physically as well, because you're right, he does have such a monstrous frame. But I like when he has the puck, like it doesn't feel like he panics at all, which is to me like, imagine being like he's 19, 20,
I was going
right?
to say you would anticipate a 19-year-old new NHL would be like, oh, nope, I don't want this.
It probably helps that like no one on the ice can push him over, basically no one. But I think for the most part, like he's making the right play. Yeah, he's a willing shooter. Obviously, we saw him his goal was great, by the way, a slick little backhander as he's skating through the slot. So I really like him a lot. And you know, again, I think we need to talk about how much Dylan Guenther has been carrying the team. You know, I just pulled up some quick stats here, Sam. In the 9 games since Dylan Guenther's injury, he's had 6 goals since Dylan Guenther's injury, since Logan Cooley's injury. Thank you. You're supposed to catch me on this. In Logan Cooley's absence, he's had 6 goals, 8 points, 24 shots on goal, which is great.
He's had a few game winners too.
A couple game winners, yeah. I think at least 2. I mean, it's what he does. Yeah, it's what he does. Clayton Keller has been playing a valuable role as well. I think he's been a more willing shooter as well. Schmaltzy, after a hot October and a terrible November, is kind of stabilizing again. You know, I think. I don't know if he'll get hot again the way he was to start the year. Yeah. Maybe that would be great, but I think we're seeing like Nick Schmaltz, you know, what we're used to. Sergey's been good. I think there's been a lot of like people remarking on like some inconsistent play, but I think, he's been setting up a lot of offense in the zone too. I think his defense has been
I just want to see
lacking.
some more goals from him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a really sneaky, effective shooter from the point, especially on power plays. And yeah, I agree. I think it feels like a Utah power play needs two things, right? It needs a one-timer from Dylan Guenther, or it needs a wrist shot with heavy traffic from Sergachev. Yeah. I think those two things are a must when the first power play unit is out there. Sean Dursey's been great. I think we kind of like
nice to have him back too.
Yeah, totally. I keep thinking that. I'm like, man, if Dursey had been around last season, like it could have been a different story. But obviously he missed like 51 games.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But
that poor guy.
You can see why that was such a critical blow to the team. He's steady. He moves the puck really well.
Yeah.
Like the puck doesn't stick to his stick very. Like it's going somewhere else. And I think he gets in front of the net. He gets physical. I think he's got a feistiness and a good zip to his game. So I'm a big Dursey dude. It's been great to kind of get more acclimated with his game as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously your boy Karel Vejmelka has been better.
Yeah,
let's say better.
Poor guy.
He wasn't great for a stretch, but he's been better right
Yes.
since the 6th. He's racked up a record of 4-3 with an 895 save percentage. So some good names and also some tough ones. I think there were a couple tonight. That one from Kyle Connor on that very harsh angle. I was like, I don't know. Some guys are just so good at that. It's hard to stop. It's like the Leon Draisaitl death angle. But I think you got to give a lot of credit to these guys for keeping Utah afloat while Logan Cooley's been out. And again, it is setting the table for what could be like a really interesting March and April. But they got to get through January.
Yep.
Obviously,
they have a huge home stretch in January too.
Yeah, they do. From January 7th through the 21st, they're all at home, playing 7 straight home games, and a lot of them are pretty winnable. I'd say they play Ottawa, St. Louis, Columbus, Toronto, Dallas, not winnable, not very winnable, I should say. Seattle, and then Philadelphia on the 21st. So, yeah, that's a really good opportunity to rack up some points and be slated, I guess, very, very well positioned in that second wild card spot. What else, Sam? We're here, we're dressed up as frickin' elves, right? I'm Buddy the elf.
Yep.
What's your elf's name again?
Jovi.
Jovi the elf. Yeah.
Yep.
The girl who works at the department store and sings.
Yes.
Yeah. What's up, guys? I've got a really exciting announcement. I'm going to interrupt the show for just a minute to let you know that we are back in biz. We are giving away a $250 gift card for every episode of SLC Puck, thanks to our good friends at Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers and Jonathan's Jewelry. These guys are awesome. They've got some of the best stuff in the world, some of the most incredible antique jewelry, engagement rings, stuff to get you out of trouble too, stuff to just show someone that you care and you love them. You can find it all at Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers or Jonathan's Jewelry. They're upgrading their spots, they're upgrading their inventory all the time. So much great stuff. They hit up estate sales. They find all the incredible jewelry that person that you love is really going to enjoy. So make sure you get over there. Enter this giveaway. It's the easiest giveaway you'll ever enter. Just scan this QR code right over here. You'll be prompted to send a text message. Hit send on that sucker, and you're entered, and we'll let you know if you're a winner of a $250 gift card. And even if you don't win, you can still benefit from this incredible partnership. Just head into either one of those locations. Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers is at Charlie Square. Jonathan's Jewelry, that's up in Cottonwood Heights. And just mention SLC Puck, and they'll knock $100 off your purchase, just like that. So big thanks to Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers and Jonathan's Jewelry for their support of SLC Puck and Utah hockey fans like you. Let's get back to the show.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Zoe Deschanel.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't hear. The Deschanel twins had a moment for a little bit. It feels like you don't see. What was the other Deschanel's name? Aren't there 2 Deschanels? Comment below what who the other Deschanels are. I feel like there were 2 Deschanels, and I feel like you don't see them as much anymore. So I need you guys in the comments to help us out. But we're gonna have one more episode, I guess, before Christmas Day. Yeah. But that'll be a day where I don't know if people will be tuning in. They'll be wanting to spend
on Christmas Eve.
I'll record on Christmas Eve.
Are you gonna have you should have the Nomad Santa tracker up?
Oh,
while you're podcasting, that would be awesome.
Idea.
That would be great.
If he's in the neighborhood while he's here to drop off presents, maybe he could just come downstairs and help me record an episode.
Yeah.
Santa was gracious enough to show up to the watch party at a bar named Sue. I don't see any reason why we can't have Santa helping us out with an episode of SLC Puck.
Yeah, he was great.
He was.
Watch party.
He was. Santa did a fabulous job. Mm-hmm. But let's just, like, for the sake of, just filling time, how about this, Sam? You tell me, what is your Utah Mammoth related Christmas wish? Like, what do you wish for that to happen for the Utah Mammoth this Christmas?
A win against the Avalanche, of course, would be awesome.
Okay. All right. Wow. That would be great.
I would like to see a Sergachev goal sometime soon.
Okay. How about one he gets excited about too? Because some of his goals he's just like,
he's
whatever.
Like, whatever. I
don't care that much about that one. Yeah.
He's funny.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Also, like, Lawson Krause he's had some good goals lately too.
Yes, we should have brought that up. Yeah.
Maybe another one from him would be awesome.
And Sam,
we need another fight soon too.
Yeah, okay.
We haven't really had a fight for a minute, so
yeah. That's interesting. You said the gal who was sitting next to us, Mr. Broccoli and I. She commented that there hasn't been as many fights for the Utah Mammoth this season. I think that's actually very true. Let me just see exactly what the difference is. I know last year they did 29, and I know that because I just did a video about that on SLC Puck Instagram. This year they've only had 5 fights, 5 droppings of the gloves. So yeah, another fight would be fun, and a fight that someone wins too.
Maybe like a McBain fight.
McBain fight would be great.
Would be good.
McBain fight would be very good. I'm with you there. He did have one fight against Keegan Kolzar of the Vegas Golden Knights on November 20th, but they haven't had a fight since Liam O'Brien dropped the gloves against Ryan Lomberg on December 6th when they played the Flames. So that was and the good folks up there in Alberta got to see that one. Okay, that's a pretty good list, Sam. Pretty good list. For me, my Utah Mammoth Christmas wish. Okay. I think it's time for them to make a trade. And one of the guys that I thought they should pursue in a trade is now off the board, Philip Deneau. He was traded from the Kings to the Canadiens. They got him for just a second-round pick. I was a little bummed about that.
Yeah.
However, I guess Utah probably called on that. This is just a guess. I don't know. My assumption is that Utah probably called on him. Los Angeles did not want to send him to a Western Conference team, so they send him to the Montreal Canadiens in the Eastern Conference. That is my guess. And so now that he's gone, I need to pick another trade target for my Christmas wish list. Let's just say Ryan O'Reilly from the Nashville Predators. I think that would be a good acquisition. He's big. He's older, right? I do think he fills a need. I want to remember what his contract is. I don't think he has too many years left on his deal. Let me just pull this up here. But, again, I am encouraged by, a little bit more of the physicality. Like, I do think, like, some of the things are concerning, like tonight when Winnipeg dialed up the physicality. I think that was where they started to take control of the game a little bit. So I think for Utah, it's clear that they need to find a solution for that. Ryan O'Reilly right now playing on the lowly Nashville Predators, who right now are mired. They're not doing too great, I'm pretty sure. Nashville Predators, not as bad as they were last year,
Yeah.
34 points, but you know, they're going to have to do a lot of work to make the playoffs, or they should go into full tank mode. People will see. But at his current deal, making $4.5 million on his cap hit, he'll have 1 year left on his deal after that. I feel like that would be a really solid acquisition for Utah. Big center, 6'1", 216 pounds. He's been a big-time goal scorer in the National Hockey League, a 20-goal scorer multiple times, has flirted with 30 a few times. Obviously, there's been a dip in production as he's gotten older. I think his best season came just a couple years ago with the Predators. He had 26 goals, 43 assists for 69 points. Last season, big dip, went down to 21 goals, 32 assists for 53 points. And it feels like he's kind of having a bounce back year, right? He's on pace to beat that goal total through 44 games with the Predators. He's got 10 goals, 18 assists, 28 points. So closer to his form from the year before with the Predators. But I feel like you go to Nashville and say, listen, you punks, you guys who like
you ice age punks.
This is how it's gonna go. Didn't Dennis Leary play the Sabertooth Tiger in Ice Age, and then Ray Romano played the Mammoth. Oh, I'm Ray Romano. I wish I could do a Ray Romano voice. You say, listen, we want Ryan O'Reilly. We'll throw you a few draft picks. You guys are going to need those, right? You're not contenders. You guys got to restock the pantry. Yeah. You know, get some fresh blood in there to try to make a run sometime down the future. Slide him over to us. We'll take care of him. And I think that fills a need. There are other guys that Utah might need a package in that deal. But Riley's big. He's experienced. He's seasoned. I think he's someone that could really help Utah out to down the stretch. So that is my Christmas wish. That's my Christmas wish. And you guys,
so they can't do any trades now through Christmas. When can they start doing trades again?
Yeah, I believe the great point, Sam. I believe they can make trades after the 27th. Yeah, because there is a roster freeze. They don't want guys having to move around, during the Christmas season.
I guess it makes sense.
I guess imagine like, hey, Merry Christmas, kids. We have to move to Utah today. Sorry. That wouldn't be good. So yeah, there is a roster freeze right now. But yeah, coming out of that, they do play Nashville on the 29th. Perhaps they can get Nashville to
swap him right then.
Come on over to our locker room, guys. Yeah, we got to stall for you.
He shows up for the game. Hey, we have something to tell you. You're actually going to be in this locker room.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Why not?
It could be interesting.
It could be. Yeah. It could be. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, we'll be back with you guys on Wednesday doing a Christmas Eve episode. Appreciate you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Sam, for your participation, your enthusiasm, for everything you bring to Sam Cam Sunday. Thank you to you guys for tuning in. Check out the Patreon. Check out our social at SLC Puck Sam, at SLC Puck on all socials. Support our sponsors. Buy some hats.
Yep.
Have a Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. All that good stuff, right? We'll talk soon.